for people under 15 years.
Happens to be a cool record, Cole. I'm the biggest in the world.
In the next few days, I've got a recording session, a photo shoot, a music video, then an party, because
once the record is done, you can go out and play it for your friends, and my friends just happen to be better looking than your friends. You'll see.
Gene Simmons was the devil.
You don't understand. He spit blood.
We love Gene Simmons, and we love his tongue.
Gene's tongue.
His tongue literally comes down to my boobs.
Gene is Elvis Presley.
I'm in America's #1 gold record award-winning group of all time. I'm Gene Simmons. I'm Kiss. Kiss has made everything in my life possible. I get to do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it, usually with whomever I want to do it with. That's what I'm talking about. People ask me all the time if I thought Kiss was going to be as huge as it became. In my dreams, I always believed it would be massive, but dreams tend to be that way. But before logic and good sense crept in, Kiss happened like that. We rehearsed for 6 months, got a record contract, and then within a year, we were playing Madison Square Garden, and then within a half year after that, we were playing stadiums.
I'm known as the Demon, but I didn't call myself that. It was given to me by the fans. My fascination has always been deeply rooted in science fiction and fantasy, with larger-than-life characters. My wings are taken from a Marvel superhero named Black Bolt. When I wore dragon boots, they were taken directly from my love affair with Godzilla. My life works because I've been very careful to surround myself with people who are professionals, no losers allowed. In Kiss, I'm lucky to have Paul Stanley as my partner because he's every bit as good and probably better at a lot of the stuff I think I'm pretty good at. And it's been a very proud and happy relationship for over 30 years. And in all those years, Kiss has done thousands of concerts in 29 countries. Now, once again, we're on tour and on our way down under.
Welcome back to Australia. You cheeky naughty boy.
I actually just talked to the Sydney Opera House about Kiss playing here. But of course, once Kiss appears there, it's gonna bring down the house. Here's the other Kiss wagon. We have a good time with this lineup. Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer. Well, most people go to work in office buildings. This is where I go to work. This is my office. I get to put on makeup and have a lot of fun and probably do your girlfriend after the show, too.
I just noticed, Lori, are the subs on? Yeah. There's nothing on there. Usually I feel it out here. When it went there, it was nothing on. Everybody wants, oh, those commercial guys. Right, we're commercial. Those guys are sellouts. Right, every night we sell out. What are we worried about credibility for? We dress funny, we wear more makeup and high heels than Army usually. It's not Polonaise by Chopin. Critics think that something should be in good taste. Most of us think it should just taste good.
I still love to go on tour, and it's not because I need the money.
The difference between Kiss and every other band that tried to do merchandising before that is we actually owned it and actually got paid. The good guys won.
You're seeing me 40 to 45 minutes after a concert.
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
What are we going to name our first?
Whatever you want, baby.
I have a feeling that was the case.
When I first get off stage, my heart rate is way up. I'm sweaty and all that. And then I got a chance to cool down.
So you get to do all that kind of stuff, and you wear this outfit. And if you don't, people think it's rude. But if you wear this outfit and you spit, people go, oh, that's cool. You spit on my foot. That's cool. Even though you're doing pretty much the same thing for 30 years, what changes are the songs, and what changes are the people. You have some fans that have been with us for decades.
203 times in 9 different countries over a 20-year period.
International fans.
I'm from Tokyo, Japan.
Sweden.
San Jose.
England.
Who travel 10,000 miles and not think twice.
New York City, Sergeant.
Melbourne, Australia. And tonight is Kiss concert number 72 for me.
It's a real kick. I came to America when I was about 9 years old. My mother left Israel for a better life. America, baby, the land of opportunity. The streets are paved with gold. And I'm living proof that the American dream is alive and well. And no matter where you go, and no matter how important your country is, it pales in comparison to America.
Of course, when I get back to the hotel, dressed like this, I have to go in a secret entrance.
This is what usually happens. We come in through a back exit where nobody's around. Ahead of us is a security guy who knows that we're here. If we went through the lobby, then everybody would know where we are. And they opened my door for me, too. Thank you, sir. Now you have to get out. Yeah. Okay. Take a look from my shoes on down, so you can see how powerful and attractive I actually am. See you later.
It's about a 12-hour flight from Australia to Los Angeles. I have to hit the ground running because I'm finishing my new album called Hole. My harshest critics and even my greatest supporters eventually wind up calling me an asshole. So I decided that would be a great name for my first solo album in 26 years.
Just putting out an album called Hole isn't going to guarantee anything. Promotion and marketing is equally as important. It's not called show, it's called show business. And if you don't take care of the business, it's going to make short work out of you.
Initially, I had a Warren Beatty for the David Carradine. It didn't work out.
Quentin Tarantino's doing the same thing I'm doing for my album, except Quentin is promoting Kill Bill Volume 2.
Bye-bye.
Pleasure as always.
Thanks.
Hi, Quentin.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Just saw the new movie.
Oh, you did?
Right.
Oh, good deal, man.
Are you in town Thursday?
No, I'm actually leaving from New York tomorrow morning, actually.
Shame.
What's going on Thursday?
Well, I've got a record coming out soon called which is fine. And I'm going to have an asshole party.
Oh,
and
man.
only assholes can go.
Oh, well, that's perfect for me, all right. Well, you have one hole less, all right? I'm afraid I'm going to be in New York at the time.
I wish you luck.
Hey, thanks a bunch, man. Hey, good to see you.
Thank you. I like that.
Want to go in?
Yeah.
Hey, come on in, Gene.
Am I allowed to say hole?
You can't say yes.
On the air?
Can you?
Well, you know, I would have said absolutely until the Janet Jackson thing, but they're just clamping down on everything now, and that is one of the words they've asked us not to say, so we just say a-hole.
Oh, okay. A-hole is okay.
106.7 K-Rock is KROQ, and it's the Kevin and Bean Show at 11 minutes after 9 o'clock.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, co-founder of one of the most successful rock and roll bands in the history of music. Ladies and gentlemen,
God.
from Kiss, Gene Simmons.
What a build-up. Oh, thanks for giving me the clap. I appreciate it.
There's like 4 of us. That's all we got.
I do have a solo record coming out in about a month on Simmons Records called A-Hole.
A-Hole, right?
Yeah, which is what I am.
Have you only ever had the one solo album that came out when all 4 members put out their records in '78 or something?
I've only released one platinum. See, I have to
Sure,
I
and
have
it
to say
was.
that stuff.
You're a salesman.
Because I'm a shill. Yeah. Anybody who's not is a loser. Anybody said, "Do you have a new record out?" Well, I don't want to talk about it. Can you say, "Do you want fries with that?"
Yeah. That does get your attention a little bit, doesn't it? Steve, you have a question?
Who was the most influential person in your life?
The most influential person in my life has been and continues to be my mother. She survived the German Nazi concentration camps of World War II, and her philosophy is an eye-opener. It's actually pretty profound. Every day above ground is a good day, and everything you say before or after just doesn't count.
Wow.
So we all wake up, I have a bad hair day, my breath stinks, I'm too fat, I'm this. You know what? You're alive. There's nothing to complain about, and she's got it right.
Hey, what did your mom think the first time you told her that part of the act was going to be you shooting fire out of your mouth? Because I would imagine that moms would have concerns over that.
She did have a concern, but she loves her houses.
Gene, thank you for stopping by K-Rock this morning.
Thanks,
We
you
enjoyed
guys.
it.
Thank you. Bye. I've always been surrounded by beautiful women. Then one night in 1984, I went to the Playboy Mansion.
We met at my ex-boyfriend's house. I used to date Hugh Hefner.
So we're at the Playboy Mansion.
And well, it was a pajama party.
I'm in silk pajamas, silver silk pajamas.
I had, well, floss.
I threw my best lines right away.
He tried very hard. He was tap dancing and really shouldn't do that in those pajamas, but you know, he was doing his best numbers. But I walked away anyway.
I, quote, struck out, as guys like to say.
A couple of Cosmopolitans later, maybe, he was looking pretty good. So then I felt, you know, happy enough to take him on a tour of the mansion.
And I didn't make any advances at all.
He didn't make a pass at me, so he was in.
Now, more than 20 years later, Shannon Tweed is still the woman I love to be with.
We have two cases that have to be completely prepared, dressed, cosmetized, casketed, and be ready by 3:30 today.
It's a real-life 6 feet under.
When I remove someone who's still warm, I kind of get a funny feeling.
People seem to die in spurts. I've never been able to figure it out.
Is that him right there?
Fact is that I kind of have a problem that I do smile a lot.
Welcome to the funeral business.
HIV, Ebola, I mean, you name it, it passes through here on practically a daily basis.
Family Plots premieres Wednesday 8 p.m. on the Biography channel.
Just so you know, guys, nothing's in here. This is empty. Yeah.
For the cover of my new album, I wanted a wide variety of women.
I've always made no bones about the fact that I admire all women, all sizes, all shapes. Every once in a while, I hear guys talking about, she's not my type. I never understand that. Why can't an average girl, I think I have my mother's hips? What is that self-torture? What is that? Girls, we love you any size, any shape. Just give us some and stop talking. I couldn't find this place for
Good job.
I have never shot with David LaChapelle. This is going to be an experience because I'm supposed to be a pimp.
Hello. I'm your makeup artist. She has me in the shop. We're here to look after. She's my assistant. He's got both of us.
Yeah, baby, that's what I like.
David has me be in the shot, so.
I think you should.
Well.
Are you going to lift them and separate them?
Lift and separate. These are your girls.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gene. The idea was based on a song I have on a record called Dog, which is what the nature of the beast is. The male of the species tends to be that way. The Johnny Appleseed of it all, you know, spreading our seed. I can't pretend to be a sheep in wolf's clothing. What you see is what you get with Gene Simmons.
It looks like a CIA agent.
Well, see me don't look like a pimp.
David LaChapelle is about mood. There are photographers who capture images on camera and can develop it well and so on, but mood is everything.
I just kind of wanted to create a sort of
amazing tableau. New Orleans meets Las Vegas, brothels like the Chicken Ranch, that kind of thing. I just saw him sort of running this harem.
You know how good David is? When he was being interviewed by you and I was in the background, he just stepped to his right so he blocked the camera view of me so that the attention was in the foreground.
So not right, but
I've seen some of David's stuff, and the good thing about David's stuff is that he doesn't do the obvious. The obvious is just sort of this notion of beauty only comes in one package. Have you noticed, by the way, that on a set like this, somebody sets a tone, and you decide this is going to be about flirtation, and then once everybody gets the message, then you act differently than you do on the street. Not just because you're dressed like a whore, but because you get sort of a license to be whore-like. Me too.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
Did we ever,
You didn't. No.
I can't remember.
Don't you think you'd remember?
Did I get on top too?
I refuse to lie to women. I would look into the eyes of a woman and tell her the absolute truth. I would say, I care about you with all my heart. I find you unbelievably desirable, but I want your mommy and your sister too.
Kids were not in my plans until Shannon got pregnant.
I never really experienced what the word love meant until I saw the face of my son and then my little daughter. The truth is, it buckled my knees and made me want to cry like a little baby. And it was bizarre because for a guy that's always prided himself on being in control and thinking he knew everything, it was a moment of clarity.
And now the midgets, as I call them, Nick, who's 15, and Sophie, who's 11, are wonderful kids. It's the best thing I've ever done. I've never lived the self-destructive rock and roll lifestyle.
And it's a nuclear family in some ways and bears no resemblance to the nuclear families that we all have grown up with.
Yeah, I guess we're pretty normal.
No, we're not normal. I don't do drugs or drink. So no, we're not normal at all. Neither does my dad. He's probably the cleanest, corniest, but cleanest person out there.
You know, there's stuff that I did in my early years. God, I hope they don't do. This is the Hall of Shame. We don't let the playdates come in here. No, I'm kidding. Anybody can look. And then you've got Dudley Do-Right, who, you know, never did anything wrong. He's a contradiction in terms because he's this, you know, blood-spitting, fire-breathing, drooling, dirty, stinky, hairy rock star. And he's, you know, clean and sober and, you know, always has been.
He taught us when we were really young that what wrong is and what right is. And he said, if you do drugs, this is what will happen to your brain. And he took an apple and he put it on a table and he smashed it with his fist. And the apple just went everywhere. And we were just freaked out.
And they're both happy, healthy, and drug-free. Life's a lot more simple than people make it out to be.
Well, today we're finishing recording the last song of Old, and it's a song called Firestarter that was originally recorded by Prodigy. Dave Navarro from Jane's Addiction was kind enough to come in and put some guitar overlays on, which is really gonna, as they say in the patois of the street, rock out the track.
An opportunity to work with someone that you looked up to and admired pretty much your whole musical life is one that you can't take lightly. And, you know, I'm a carpe diem type of guy.
You got the E tuned up to a G flat instead of a down.
Yes.
D. Now I get it.
Yeah.
So you tuned up.
I tuned up
both octaves up to G flat.
Yeah.
Smart. A lot of guitar players have come to a job with their own agenda. This is who I am. This is how I play. Take it or leave it. He's more about I'm happy to be here, and how do we make the track better?
Just listen to the original again.
Well, if you want something that's like the original, then I shouldn't do this. I was trying to do my own.
No, I just want something that will fit.
Let's hear it.
With that.
It took every ounce of self-control for me not to say things while I was in the studio, because my tendency is to control things. Because I'm fully and firmly convinced of what it is I want.
Do you like that?
best thing I can do is to keep my mouth shut and let you do your magic. Trust me, it's hard for me to keep my hands in my mouth shut. The thing I wanted to do was to make sure that people carry out my vision. So for me to hand over reins to somebody and just, not necessarily passively, but be there as the track developed itself, is like realizing that Black Beauty is a wild stallion. Let it be wild.
The nice thing about doing a solo album is that it allows an artist the ability to experiment with his dimension and tap into different sides of himself. And it's, you know, sonically may sound different from track to track, but there is a unique single thing that's running through it, and it's the artist himself.
In the true sense of the word, it's a very eclectic record. It spans all kinds of musical genres, all the way from a Gene Simmons Bob Dylan song, I'm proud to say, to the heaviest guitar kind of stuff.
Do I think he's taking a chance? I don't think so, you know, because it's really not about that anymore. You know, you only take a chance when you're worried about what people are going to think. And I don't think he's worried much about what people think.
I'm too rich to care, and I have nothing left to prove to anyone.
He pretty much seems to go by the beat of his own drum, and I think that's something that we should all do.
You give me the tongue?
Just what I want to hear is a guy going, can you give me the tongue? Can you wait until we're in jail together? Songwriting is peculiar because there are no rules. One night, about 9 years ago, I woke up, I dream 1,000 dreams, I cry 1,000,000 tears for you. What song is that? If you'll just give me a smile, I could die and be happy too. So I went downstairs and literally just started scribbling madly and humming into my tape recorder, and by the morning it was written.
I dream 1,000 dreams. I'd wait 1,000,000 lifetimes for you.
I've always told women the truth, and my little girl's no exception.
Most important for Sophie, my daughter, is the understanding that she is a modern woman, because she's still only 11, is going to have to cut out that Barbie crap. And I mean now. My daughter's going to be able to do everything. She is not going to define herself by a man. The main thing is to decide for herself who she is, where she wants to go, what and how she wants to do things. She's going to be an independent, strong woman. And all the other pussies out there, the men, are going to have to make way, because here comes Superwoman, and that's my daughter. What makes you happy?
Being with the daddy.
Well,
He thinks, like, if I don't want to get married, I don't have to get married. If I want to get married, I can get married. I don't have to have kids. I can adopt. He'd rather I not have kids, because, you know, I was a little girl.
She is her own boss. I just work here. What I've learned is that I didn't actually know very much at all about what I thought I knew, which is to say that the meaning of life ultimately is about love, as cornball as it is.
Oh, God, Nick! I admire him. He's a family man. The demon.
Famous, weeknights at 7 on the Biography channel.
I've never believed in luck. I found that the harder I worked, the luckier I got.
We're men. We work, and work some more.
Inspiration is highly overrated. It is the lazy man's language. It says, I don't feel anything today, I'll wait until it hits me. It's nonsense, because the great writers and the great painters of the world were actually commissioned. They were commercial. There is no substitute for hard work. It's a job. You get up in the morning and you go to your job, whether it's a piano or a guitar or an easel with a painting, and you work. If you get nothing at the end of the day, that's okay. If you're digging for gold, every day you get up and you dig into the mountain. You're not going to find gold every time, but if you don't dig, you're never going to find the gold. So inspiration, hard work is the answer. You're getting prepared to do a video where I'm the whore that I am, surrounded by my females, because I'm the original G. So today what we're doing is Octavia is a planet.
That's funny. Octavio's my assistant's name. I'm Maxie. Start over.
That's Maxie. I'm Gene. I have to call it when I wake up.
There's not a bag there.
We don't care. We're men. We used to have this nose thing that goes around to grab the nose hairs and stuff, and it just kept
I didn't bring
ripping
it,
it up. You start crying.
No, there's a new one from the Sky Mall catalog. Oh, it's good. It's titanium blades. Gone.
Does it make that sound?
Yeah.
We got to do a rehearsal now. I really want to see you guys get very hip-hop.
Yes, you have perfect lips.
Actually, what's perfect is my tongue.
Rumor has it.
He's going like this, look. It is a stupid thing to be known for.
It's not the only thing you're known for.
What other things am I known?
Having had many a blonde concubine.
How many?
I don't know. I think over 1,000? No? Over 10,000?
No.
Over 100.
Well, it's over 1,000.
Oh, okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're ready.
Now let's go.
Now let's go. He would have been out long ago if it wasn't for me.
See what Gene, our pimp daddy, looks like.
This is a wardrobe shot so they can match it up. I felt a breeze. Turn around. I just felt, I feel kind of cool. There's a breeze there. Because is out. That's why.
Of course, you're going to go through there, and you're just going to sort of attack the camera. Great start, great start. We're just going to readjust a little bit.
I'm the trouble starter, pumpkin instigator. I'm the fear addicted, danger illustrated.
The original idea for Firestarter started off with a notion I had about doing a rock and roll version of a hip-hop video. Because the hip-hop guys are the real new rock stars, you know? Rock stars look like bums now. Hip-hop guys are the real rock stars of today. They got big cars, big girls, the good life, the good times.
Starter, twisted fire starter.
You are very Snoop Dogg.
Before Snoop was a sperm, I was doing it, baby.
Stay tuned, it's only gonna get hotter.
I'm an entrepreneur, which is a big word like gymnasium. What does that mean? I've got irons in many fires. There's Gene Simmons' tongue, which is all about the good life. Acting, which I love to do, though I hate waiting around sets. There's voiceover work, commercials, ultimate driving machine, and writing books, and billion-dollar real estate deals.
You want a good deal? You come talk to me.
And there's my cartoon show, not surprisingly based on me, which is seen around the world. And by the way, I've never taken a vacation in my entire life. I don't need to. When you love what you do, it just doesn't feel like work. Rock stardom aside, I've never believed in marriage.
Oh my God. The marriage philosophy.
Most people get unhappily married. I've been happily unmarried for 20 years to the same woman. We live together, we have 2 kids together.
Let me explain why it's not a good idea to pick a fight with her.
You always have to protect that.
Oh, man. It's a good thing I have 2.
Basically, we have a no-bull policy among us. I don't pretend to be married. I am what I am.
There's a lot of things to figure out, and especially in our relationship, me having been a playmate and him a rock star, and then living together and not getting married, and why didn't you marry, Mom?
My dad doesn't believe in marriage just because he thinks the fact that the law has to tell you if you're together or not is kind of a ridiculous idea. He thinks the proof that you love each other should be that you stay together.
Maybe he'll throw me a bone when I'm 70. You know? Hey, a wedding, on my deathbed, know, right? Just for the lower me like coffin.
Tonight we are celebrating the first solo record from Gene Simmons in 26 years. We are using the Key Club, one of the hottest clubs in Los Angeles. This is a celebrity red carpet, okay. How do you keep people from standing on this side? Security. Oh, just security,
Exactly.
okay.
They're big.
All right.
It's gonna be a packed house tonight.
The club capacity is about 600 people, and our guest list is a little over 1,000. This is our third bar up here. This whole area up here is the VIP. Yeah, it's Gene's VIP area. There's a lot of planning that takes months and months to put these things together. There's marketing people, you know, the club people, promoters, publicists.
Well, there's a large screen that comes down.
We wanted that to come down and have the Gene album cover. Here's the first guest list. We're going to tag who gets the VIP passes.
If everyone wants to get in, that's not on the list.
You cannot pay your way into Key Club. That is one of our strictest rules.
Everybody wants to take pictures where they shouldn't be taking pictures. The crowd, paparazzi, that's why I'm here.
I'm proud to be in the It's a whole party. I'm proud to be here.
Oh, God.
Yes? When you see it in photos, you like it.
We really don't fight. I can't remember anything that was worth fighting about, really, because we don't sweat the small stuff at all. No. You want to tux? No.
Well, give me something.
Yeah.
Let me try something.
Try this. He listens to me, he respects me, he clearly loves me, and he shows it. And so I feel free enough to say whatever's on my mind, and I think that if you always say what's on your mind, you know, crap doesn't build up.
Should I wear the stupid thing that's out of fashion?
I don't like the tie.
Oh, I'll take it.
You look like a cheap mafioso hitman.
Oh, where's that long coat? You know, the one that's a little bit longer.
This one?
Not that one.
That's one you just had.
There's one other one that's a little bit long. Maybe, I can't figure it out. And I just wore it the other day. I think it's probably in Nick's closet.
Hey, do you want me to call him? I'll get him to bring it in.
Yeah.
He wears school today.
My son comes into my closet and
Hey, Nickel, can you bring in Dad's red shirt that you
takes
have?
my shirts. I walk in, I'm
Please?
just like looking all over it, and it's gone.
Come on.
You think we do this for you guys?
Yeah, but
Wrong. You know, I swear to you, I haven't.
they're like
I haven't
20
gone
years
so-
old.
Did you see the photo on right over the toilet? That's what I see every day. Yeah.
That frame was, well, Cher sent over his ex-girlfriend. Very lovely woman. Not in a picture frame in my house, though. And she sent over a picture of herself in the frame. Thought was nice. And the frame was nicer, so I took her picture out, put ours in, hung it over the toilet. That was petty, wasn't it? But it was really funny, and so I laughed at them. Do you have sex with groupies?
Why don't you read them your
So busted
paragraph?
down, because he was going to say no, because they look like a doofus.
Yeah. Why don't you? You can't say that on TV. I have a reputation to protect.
That's what I mean, that's what I mean.
Blow it
He can't.
every time. Just blow. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. And this is what life's all about. You've got to enjoy it, and before you know it, it's over. I have to go, you guys.
All right, ta-ta.
Night, Dad.
See you. You can give me a hug, too.
That was one of your party.
Did you?
How many
How many should I bring?
Because I'm working on more than one. I'm not big.
No, how many should I bring? 10. 4? Well, I can bring 10.
Sure.
Okay. He wants social certificates to give to his friends to certify.
They really are.
I promise I'll bring some back.
Thank you.
See you later.
As a rock star, I do have a certain image to maintain.
He was talking about how he had a Polaroid of every woman he has been with.
How many women were
Almost every woman.
My dad likes to be a smart aleck just a bit.
My son, Nick, I have to say, and my daughter, too. They understand that work is work. When they see Mom on the cover of Playboy or in movies or television or whatever, and she's making believe she's a sex pot or whatever, they know that's work, and they know that this is real.
We talked about the fact that, you know, Dad's going to say stuff and you'll hear stuff that, you know, probably doesn't really mean. And You know, he'll do the innuendo thing, and you know, it's rock and roll spiel, and he's gonna kill me for saying this. But he saw him on a talk show once, and the interviewer said, "Is it true that you have slept with over 3,000 women or something like that?" And he said, "What do you mean did?" As if, you know, he is still doing that. But there was my son sort of coming into puberty, and he said, "You know, Dad, I think that was disrespectful to Mom." And I was just, oh my God. So like left right now. And he was, you know, he was very sweet. He was protecting me.
All the time.
Last but not least, here's what I think everything boils down to.
Somebody recently asked me, what's my biggest contribution to humanity? I would have to say, without hesitation, it's my sperm. There is no greater contribution to life as we know it on the third planet from the sun than increasing the life that inhabits the system. You can build a building, but it falls down. But to make other human beings is a wonderful thing. We are going to a place called the Key Club, which is on Sunset Boulevard, and we're going to be holding the first, what I hope to be annual, but certainly the first worldwide pole party. It's being held in Los Angeles because Los Angeles has more holes per square inch than anywhere else in the world. The dress code for women is going to be lifted and separated, but most importantly pointed in my general direction. I intend to flirt until body parts fall off me, because that's the design, you see, of the male of the species. You know it's going to be a zoo tonight.
Absolutely.
I came all the way from Sweden to see Jean.
Happy Jean.
Linda's got her working outfit on, leather. People will be coming up and saying all kinds of things. Call me and blah, blah, business, or I want to have your child, or, you know, whatever. And I'll just go, Linda, take a number.
This woman wants to have my child.
I'm here to celebrate Jean's hot new record. I heard it yesterday, and it's awesome.
It's difficult to describe what cool is, but the cool people are there.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out. Yo, what's up? You want me to talk?
You have done everything. Acting, author, lecture tour you just did in Australia.
I did.
Is there anything you haven't done that you want to do?
Your sister? Let's go inside, see what happens.
I'm here paying tribute to the ultimate pole himself, Gene Simmons.
Gene's a great guy. You know, he is one of the smartest people in show business.
Daddy's gonna be working for you all summer.
Jewish men who get high, very scary.
This party is the perfect example of me not working for a living. I'm having fun, surrounded by friends, business associates, and of course, women.
They all have to be beautiful.
Everywhere you go, he's surrounded by gorgeous women.
I don't get jealous. I don't know. It's strange, isn't it? Maybe I should. There will be people there that I know he'll want to work with and will want to impress. And there will also be a lot of breasts and a lot of schmoozing and kissing, and girls are incredibly brazen. They will come right up to him, right in his face, put his hand on there, whatever, and he will look at me and go, you know, I'm not gonna go looking for stuff. That'd be stupid. You were really close to that girl, or I saw you touch her and she kissed you right on the lip. He's coming home, I know that.
The one good thing is that when women get around me, they don't act married.
Gene is not. I absolutely love Gene. I want to, like, kiss him all over.
I am one of Gene Simmons' ladies-in-waiting.
One thing women really respect, though they'll never admit it, is a man who says exactly what he wants. Gene Simmons wants things that most women would say they would never give, but in reality, because Gene is honest about what he wants, they give it to him.
He is a bit of a womanizer, but you gotta love the man. I mean, he can do it, so why not? If I could, I would.
What a great CD, man. This is music. I could just dance all night.
Welcome to the cover.
That is me, next to dear friend, Sexy Gene.
People keep asking, well, what does it mean, and how does this add to the secret of life? My God, it's just another record, you know? It doesn't mean that if any one of us, including me, never existed, that it would ever change life as we know it on the third planet from the sun. It's just a record. Happens to be a cool record. It happens to have the guts and the balls to call itself A-hole. Remember, from the biggest A-hole of them all.
Gene is, he's an inspiration to all of us. He's one of my greatest influences in my life. He's one of the most ambitious, enterprising people I've ever met. Spiritually, metaphysically.
Let's not build him up. He's not Mandela, okay?
I call him up, Uncle Gene. He'd like to host the show with me. How much money they're gonna pay me? And I said, and this is a true story. I said, Gene, does money really matter? And he said to me, people who are poor always say that money doesn't matter. People who have money, money always matters.
This party was a success because we had great people and a great theme, my whole album. Now the most important thing is knowing when to leave.
The party went great, and mostly people were behaved. People were too liquored up.
I'm sure you've heard, it's good to be king. I prefer, it's great to be me.
Go home.